We have arrived in Fredericksburg on the Rappahannock River.
All right, here we are about to get ready. Paul has his tricked out 2011 highly modified Hobie. I have the stock 2009 Hobie Adventure Island. There's Jamie, our driver. We couldn't be up here without him. So right now the tide is going out.
Tide is going out.
Which means it will probably change.
Pulling away from Fredericksburg from the pier here. North of the ramp is where, past the railroad bridge, where the rapids start. And here we go, heading down the river as we leave old Fredericksburg. Let's check the current. Looks like the current is slowing down. It shall be reversing soon. It's getting hot here in the sun. Cameron's going to perform a little AI acrobatics. Squirrel, look at that.
Yeah.
Little guy's just swimming in front of you.
Well, here we are. No wind. But at least it's pretty. I think the last time we did this, it was raining and foggy the whole time.
Working on my suntan.
This is Dog's Life on the Rappahannock River with Water Dog. We've left Fredericksburg. We're heading for the Chesapeake Bay. Very little wind, but we're just taking our time, enjoying the ride. I figured out what that water is. It's sewer discharge. It's a waste treatment facility. Smell it. Coming up to some sand cliffs in the river.
right, sailing at last. Yeah.
Hey, it's lunchtime.
What's for lunch?
Little ham and cheese bagels.
Awesome.
Gotta love a Hobie.
That's right. Well, you're not even driving.
Drives by itself.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
I tried this in my kayak once, and I hit a submerged log and I flipped it
While eating lunch.
while eating lunch.
Yeah, this is way better than being at work. Who wants to be at work?
I got a problem with my drive. Looks like the drive pin is falling out. Right out the back. Gotta get it back in somehow. Knock the rod back in, but I have nothing to tighten up the Allen screw. Alright, this is how you jack up a Hobie if you need to get underneath it. Got it tied off to the tree.
Going the perfect direction now.
Till the next turn.
Need them pedals
I know. Hey, Paul, those are nice pedals you got there. Where'd those come from?
Cameron's spare parts.
That's right. Now, you gonna make fun of me for carrying a spare pedal drive anymore?
Got me.
This is Dog's Life. Got this on so the sail quits knocking my hat off.
All right, well, we just went through like a place where we had mostly headwinds, and it's pretty crazy because Paul could be on the starboard tack and I could be on the port tack, and I'm like 15 feet behind him, but we're headed the exact same course. And then when I would get to where he was, the wind would shift around, so it was pretty crazy. But now we've made a turn and the wind's gonna be at our back for a little bit, so which is good because my legs got a little tired on that last leg. So Paul's taking the inside track, and he's pedaling and I'm not pedaling, so I think this is probably working out for me. Well, here we are. No wind again. It's kind of shifty, like it's just from one side to the other. Again, it'll clock around totally 180 degrees. So, mostly paddling. It's actually a lot warmer than I thought it was going to be. I think tonight it's probably going to be a little bit cold. It'll be like 44, 48, something like that. Right now, I think it's probably like close to 70, so it warms you up pretty fast. But every once in a while, like right now, when a breeze just kicked up, it feels real good.
Fall is coming, leaves are falling off the trees.
So here we are. Paul's giving up on the wind, it's too shifty. He's just gonna pedal the whole way. I still got my sail up. I'm getting whacked by it every once in a while, but I think every once in a while it gives me a little boost. we got some wind, but unfortunately it's coming directly from the direction that we're trying to go. So, and it's very squirrely. So, I mean, it's amazing like how much the wind direction shifts in just a few seconds. So it's really hard to stay on the right tack. So it looks like we're going to be late to our campsite again. So we'll probably be paddling down this thing in the middle of the night. As you can see, not exactly the type of place where you find a lot of light. So it's probably going to be pretty difficult. But hopefully the river will be wide at that point. So we'll see.
The wind's blowing pretty strong down the middle of the river, straight in our face. We've been tacking back and forth, barely making a knot and a half. The high banks are channeling all the wind right down on top of us.
We're just going back and forth.
Looks like some kind of a loading dock over here. All right, who called the break? Second lunch. We are like 3 hours behind now. Man, I think you're floating backwards too.
When the wind was coming from directly in front of us, it was blowing 15 knots. Now that the wind is kind of behind us, it's blowing 2 knots.